It seems like you guys sort of simplified and tightened things up a bit, as some of the songs now are sort of more straightforward rockers, which to me I think has led to really you guys have creating songs with catchier hooks than the previous records. I mean, you still have your vintage, I mean, no pun intended, your vintage sound, with the strong lead guitars and all the progressive parts. But I think overall the songs are they're more accessible to like regular rock audiences and fans rather than, just to the serious, psychedelic sort of stoner rock listeners. What was it specifically that you guys did differently on this record than the previous ones in terms of writing and recording, really, in order to get this great sound and the songs that you have on the new record?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not a difficult question to answer, but there's a lot of stuff that comes to mind, and it's I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is that when we like I haven't been in the band since the beginning, but I've already been in this band for almost 10 years. So
sure.
And I'm 27 years old. So so it's like kind of it's like you grow as a person and you're growing up. I mean, basically we're kids. Like and then it's like you're growing as a songwriter and growing on your instrument or maybe on other instruments and yeah, it's just like it's 3 years since we recorded Gateways, and it's just so much has happened in that time. So growing as songwriters especially, and I feel like we when we did the album Arrival, we were really into like this prog and stoner rock kind of mindset, and then we felt like we kind of just did that on that album, and then after that we were just really working on trying to not necessarily make the most straightforward songs, but maybe just make the the best songs that we could do. So whether the song wanted to be short and simple or long and complicated, that was kind of the goal. And I think with this record, all of the songs are written with no reservations. It's just the song just happens to go because that's just what the song needed to be.
Okay.
And I think that really shines through because there's a lot of honesty on the record, like both in terms of lyrics and in terms of music. It's it's about not being afraid to do simple stuff if it works, or not being afraid to go complex if it works, both lyrically and musically, and also just in terms of the whole production side of things. It's like every time you do an album as a band, you basically you start very green and not really knowing, because knowing how to do music and knowing how to work the studio is two very different things. So and in my experience, usually what you actually want is the opposite of what you think is the right way to achieve that goal. So in terms of like EQ and the compression and what gear to use and what so it's been a learning process, and I feel like now we've really come to learn how it works and how we can sound the best that we can in a studio, and especially working with such a talented producer was just I really feel like we made our best work so far.
Thanks for listening to Aftershocks. For more episodes, go to our website at www.aftershockspodcast.com. Visit us on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages for more news and information on the podcast. And be sure to subscribe, listen to, and review all episodes on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other podcast platforms. For your music listening pleasure, visit our website or go to www.shockwavesradio.com. For all comments and questions, please email us at info@aftershockspodcast.com.
All right, everybody, another great interview right here on Aftershocks TV. And before we go, just want to remind you one more time, make sure you get over and subscribe to the CMS Podcast Network, cmspn.com. You can watch, you can listen, you can subscribe to everything that we do, not only us, but the classic metal shows, Shockwave Skull Sessions, Talk to Me. It's all there, one site. Get 4 great shows. never have to do anything again but be entertained. So check it out, cmspn.com, cmspn.com, cmspn.com. Until next time, folks.